Hi everyone, good evening, namaste. Welcome to the 10 weeks of Yuktahaar project. And today is a little special live, I believe, because ये live के topic के लिए I had put up a poll asking people what they want to listen to, and most of them wanted me to talk about probiotics, and therefore I'm sitting with everything to make the concept of probiotics clear. So without any further ado, let me just begin. So जैसा कि आप देख सकते हैं, this here I'm hoping you can see it. So this is here dahi, which is मेरे घर का दही, and this of course is a market ka dahi, right? So now what is the difference and what is the similarity between both? I recently put up a post where I said that ghar ka dahi is not a probiotic, and therefore a lot of people got confused ki acha, why is it not a probiotic? So I'm going to talk about all that. Not that it's not been explained in my book, it's all there, but let's just do this again in the live, so that if there are any questions then also you can ask me. तो फर्स्टली सिमिलैरिटीज क्या है? ऑब्वियसली दोनों दही है, दैट्स फाइन. दोनों फर्मेंटेड हैं, दोनों में लाइव बैक्टीरिया है. सो आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि इसमें लाइव बैक्टीरिया नहीं है. दोनों में लाइव बैक्टीरिया है, दोनों फर्मेंटेड है, एंड दोनों अच्छे हैं हेल्थ के लिए. दे आर गुड, right? And I'm not talking about all the market dahi, I'm just talking about this particular dahi right now. And what is special about this particular dahi, this particular brand, is what I'm going to discuss later. So it's not that I'm just talking about all the market ka dahi here. This doesn't represent every dahi ka dabba bought from a market. This doesn't represent that. This just represents a specific brand, a specific company, which I'm not even endorsing. But just for the sake of explanation, this is here, right? So the similarities, as I said, both are fermented, दोनों में live bacteria हैं, दोनों health के लिए अच्छे हैं, and दोनों दही है of course. But what is the difference between them? The difference between them is that this can be had, हमारा घर का दही can be had by everyone. It is for general well-being. आपको एक general wellness चाहिए, immunity enhancement, or you want to give something nice to your kids. So this is just a general thing for almost everybody. This is not for everybody. This is for a specific person who is having a specific condition. So this is the difference between the two. That is the number one difference. The number two difference is that this is not a probiotic and this is a probiotic, a true probiotic, because market में भी बहुत fake probiotics हैं, but this I have specifically got for the sake of the life to make things easy to understand. So this is a true probiotic. This is not a probiotic at all. Now, people who do not want to get into the technicalities, I often get questions on emails कि नहीं, बस जस्ट आप बता दो करना क्या है. मतलब ठीक है, दही प्रोबायोटिक नहीं है, पर अगर जनरल वेलबींग के लिए मुझे कुछ देना है, स्पेसिफिकली फॉर किड्स, पीपल आस्क, so what should I give? So as I said, homemade ferments. I'm just not talking about this dahi right now here, which is homemade, but कोई भी घर का बनाया हुआ ferment हो, which has live microbes, उसके लिए actually you will have to read my book also. I cannot go on explaining what is the difference between, say, a homemade idli and a homemade kanji. इडली को हीट करके पकाया जाता है, उससे उसका लाइव बैक्टीरिया खत्म हो जाता है, तो इडली में कुछ भी लाइव नहीं है. इसको हम जब तक पकाते नहीं है, इसमें लाइव बैक्टीरिया है. तो इफ यू आर आस्किंग मी कि भाई एक जनरल आप बता दो कि क्या करना है, आई डोंट वांट टू गेट इनटू द टेक्निकलिटीज, it's all fair, then you just can listen to me till here, that just for general wellness, go for homemade ferments. You have no business thinking about probiotics. This is not a probiotic, but you don't even have to go into this zone if all you want is general wellness. So for general wellness, घर में ferment किया हुआ ferments, which are in a table given in my book in table X, table Y in chapter 6, which is kanji, murabba, pickles, artisanal cheese, all of those things are all homemade ferments, which are all good for general well-being. But if you are one of those who would like to know more details about probiotics, or if you are one of those people who are dealing with some condition that can be cured or prevented or at least minimized through a probiotic, then it is very, very important that you understand what a true probiotic is. First myth is कि probiotic सिर्फ gut health के लिए नहीं होता है. A lot of people feel that probiotics, and when I'm saying probiotics, I'm meaning true probiotics, which is something like this. So this is definitely out of the window. This is not a probiotic. I hope that much is clear by now. So a true probiotic is good for various conditions, right from asthma to depression to liver issues. When we say gut health, it's a very vague term. Gut health में भी बहुत कुछ आता है. There's a different probiotic for constipation. There's a different probiotic for antibiotic induced diarrhea or IBS. So you cannot put everything into gut health. So that is another thing. But anyways, if you're anybody who is dealing with, say, cholesterol or any disorder, any chronic thing which can be resolved by a probiotic, then you should know what a true probiotic is, how you can recognize it. It's all there in the book. But anyways, we are going to talk about it. So to make it little easy to understand, I am giving you another example. So when we fill up a form, like we take admission in a school, for example, and we fill up a form, तो form में हमेशा होता है, जब नाम पूछते हैं तो हमेशा होता है first name, middle name and last name. So there are always three parts to a name which is asked, right? So let's consider that as XYZ. First name, middle name and last name as XYZ. So let's consider that, there's this admission form going out in a school where people have been asked to fill out these forms. And this form has gone specifically to all Ram. Let's take a hypothetical name, Ram. And the teacher knows कि सब राम जो है अच्छे हैं. All Rams are good. They will be a good value asset to our school. Having said that, the form is being filled up. So कोई Ram Prasad Yadav लिखता है XYZ, Ram Prasad Yadav. The Ram is X, Y is Prasad, Z is Yadav. कोई लिखता है Ram Prasad Agarwal, कोई लिखता है Ram Prasad Jain, right? So now when the teacher is asked कि भाई all of these forms are there, some 1,000 forms are there, and you tell me who's good in what. The teacher will not be able to do anything. The teacher will say, okay, fine, all Rams are good, but I don't know. I mean, you will have to tell me which Ram you're talking about, right? अगर आप उन्हें ये बताएंगे नहीं कि आप specifically किस form को दिए बिना अगर आप उनसे पूछते हैं, the max she can say is that all Rams are good. That's it. Until and unless you give me the form and I see their X, Y, Z, all the three names, I will really not be able to decide and allot specific duties. So the teacher would take the form. She will see, okay, this is Ram Prasad Yadav and this Ram Prasad Yadav is good at sports. So she will put Ram Prasad Yadav in sports. Ram Prasad Agarwal may be good at debate. So she will do that. Ram Prasad Jain will be good at, say, education and academics. So she will put that person in that department. So what I'm trying to say that though all Rams are value addition to the school and they are great, until and unless the teacher is told about the X, Y, Z, the teacher is not able to put or utilize that specific skill of that person in that specific department. So that is what happens in the case of this dahi. If you look at this dahi, I'm not sure if you can really look at it, but I mean front तो देखना नहीं चाहिए. जैसे मैंने काफी बार सिखाया है, कोई भी बाजार से जब हम कुछ लाते हैं तो उसका हमेशा बैक देखना चाहिए, क्योंकि इंग्रेडिएंट्स वो जगह है जहां पे सारी डिटेल मिलेगी. Front of the packaging is always going to be attractive, lucrative for the brand. So don't go there. Always go to the back. And if you see in the back, there's an ingredients list, right? So in the ingredients list, okay, over here, I am not sure if you can look, but this is the ingredients list. And here what it is written is lactobacillus, which is the X, acidophilus, which is the Y, SD5512, which is the Z. So there are three parts to a name. And what is this name? It's the name of a probiotic bacteria. Okay, a probiotic bacteria specifically is known, it is characterized by all its three names X, Y, Z. You will never have X and Y only or just X and then you cannot call it a probiotic. And it doesn't end over there. A probiotic has to be there, like when I'm talking about this XYZ, which is here in this, it also has to be there in a specific amount. So here the amount, if you see, is written 100 crore CFU per day. This is the amount, which means the number of bacteria which is there. CFU is the colony forming units, but just as a very general thing, you can understand that it's the quantity that they're talking about. The name is there, okay, the XYZ is defined, but the quantity is also defined. So here the quality is defined, the quantity is defined. And when the quality and quantity is both defined, then, like as I said, the teacher is there who can make out ki ye Ram Prasad Yadav hai. She knows, it's characterized, she knows Ram Prasad Yadav, she puts Ram Prasad Yadav into the specific department according to its skill. Similarly, if you then go to the right expert, the right microbiome specialist, a right microbiologist, he or she will be able to tell you that this particular XYZ is specifically good for a specific disease or disorder. Not only just this XYZ, but this XYZ in this specific amount, which is mentioned here, is good for this specific disease and or this specific condition. And therefore, if you only have that specific disease and that specific condition, and you take this probiotic, which is in the form of a dahi right now, then it will benefit you. राइट आप राम प्रसाद यादव को अगर एकेडमिक्स में डाल देंगे जो स्पोर्ट्स में स्किल्ड है, द पर्सन इज नॉट गोइंग टू शो एनी रिजल्ट्स. सिमिलरली, इट्स अ very unfortunate thing that people just think of probiotics as as some I don't know, as some health food कि सबको दे दो, बच्चों को भी दे दो. I know so many people have written to me, oh, I give Yakult to my daughter. Why? You do not fix what is not broken. Yakult is a true probiotic. There's a specific amount which is mentioned over there. The XYZ is mentioned over there. It is a specific probiotic. It is a probiotic. And because it is a probiotic, the XYZ is mentioned. वो XYZ कोई specific condition के लिए है, which can range from asthma to depression to anxiety to diarrhea to liver issues to so many things. So you just cannot, would you take the same medicine for headache and the same medicine for depression, or the same medicine for your liver and the same medicine for your lungs? No, we have that sanity. But when it comes to diet, we feel that, okay, the person who is talking sense and who is giving us a little more knowledgeable piece of advice is probably, is difficult. But the person who is saying, oh, everything is probiotic, just eat everything. Anything which is fermented has become probiotic in today's market, which is very wrong, very unfortunate, right? So this is a probiotic because the XYZ is characterized, it is known, it is standardized both in terms of quality and quantity. इसमें अब घर के दही में आइए, यहाँ पे हमें सिर्फ X पता है. The Ram, as I said in my example, the teacher knows that Ram is good, so I'm not denying that this is good. But does the teacher know कि सिर्फ अगर आप बोलोगे राम है तो वो राम के साथ क्या करना है? If you give hundreds and thousands of Rams together to her without telling her the Y and Z, she doesn't know what to do with them. The same is with the ghar ka dahi. It's a mixed cocktail of unknown lactobacillus bacteria which are great for health, but because the Y and Z is not known, you really cannot use it for a specific condition. You can of course use it for general wellness. Right? So therefore, this is not called a probiotic in the scientific community. The scientific community refuses to call it a probiotic, whereas this is a probiotic, because the definition of probiotic should be fulfilled, and the definition of probiotic by the international scientific bodies is that until and unless the XYZ is known, until and unless the XYZ is also present in that product in a specific amount, and the research has been done on that XYZ where it is proved that that XYZ cures or prevents or minimizes certain disease, you cannot call it a probiotic. So here, because it is unknown, we cannot call it a probiotic. Why is it unknown? क्योंकि आपके घर का दही, मेरे घर का दही अलग होता है, मिल्क का टेम्परेचर अलग होता है, हमारा जो स्टार्टर है वो अलग होता है जिसको हम जोवन बोलते हैं, तो बैक्टीरिया के स्ट्रेन्स अलग जाते हैं, सब घर का दही सेम नहीं होता है, हमारे हाथों से भी यहाँ बैक्टीरिया जाता है व्हेन वी आर हैंडलिंग इट, तो ऑब्वियसली हाथों में बैक्टीरिया अलग है, हमारे बर्तनों के बैक्टीरिया अलग है. नथिंग इज स्टैंडर्डाइज्ड इन एनी होममेड फर्मेंट. आई एम जस्ट नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट दही, बट वेदर इट्स कांजी और मुरब्बा और एनीथिंग, ऑल ऑफ देम आर ग्रेट sources of live bacteria until you cook them, but they aren't probiotics. I hope that much is clear. And also there is another product जो मैं नहीं दिखा पा रही हूँ, जो इन दोनों के बीच का है, which is a fake probiotic, which means कि वो market में है. So this is not a probiotic. This is a true probiotic from the market. And there's another one in the middle जो कि मार्केट में मिलता है, जिसपे बड़े बड़े अच्छे से लेबलिंग किया हुआ होगा, probiotic butter, probiotic this, probiotic chocolates, even skincare products are probiotics nowadays. So many skincare products have started coming in the market which claim that they are probiotics, because probiotics are known to be good even when you apply it externally on your skin. So anyways, so there's a third product which is in the middle, which is there in the market. They claim that it's a probiotic, but it is not. So how do you find that out? I have given a complete checklist in my book in chapter 6. So you can go and check how you should buy a true probiotic. Having said that, as I always say, don't go to the front label, go to the back label, check the ingredients. आप देखो उसमें X, Y, Z है या नहीं है, या तो उसमें ज्यादा करके 90% of the products in the market belong unfortunately to this middle segment where they claim it's a probiotic but it's not. Okay, so ingredients में जाइए, उसमें देखिए क्या लिखा है. बैक्टीरिया का नाम X, Y, Z 3 पार्ट्स होने चाहिए, जैसे कि इसमें है लैक्टोबैसिलस, एसिडोफिलस, SD5112. These are 3 parts. उसी तरह लैक्टोबैसिलस, रैमनोसिस है, बहुत सारे हैं. There are thousands of X's, thousands of Y's, thousands of Z's. So there are lots and lots and lots of bacteria, lots of probiotic bacteria. But until and unless वो ingredients list में आप वो X, Y, Z तीनों देखते हैं, you cannot call it a true probiotic, so you do not buy it. उसमें mostly, as I said, 90% of the products are such कि उसमें सिर्फ X लिखा होता है. They will just write lactobacillus or bifidobacteria, so it's just the X. Y, Z would not be there. अगर Y लिख भी दिया तो Z तो बहुत ही कम होता है, and therefore you should not be picking it up, right? When there is a product which is in the market which only specifies X or X and Y but not Z, then it is as good as the homemade ferment. In fact, it is better. In fact, it is worse, I would say, than the homemade ferment, because homemade ferments are at least, good in quality. Like we put, best ingredients in the food when we make it at home. We don't use any preservatives. So at least this is much better than taking the middle category, which I'm talking about, which is nothing but a fake probiotic. So now this question may arise that why so much bawal? I mean, इसको probiotic बोल भी दिया तो क्या हो गया, right? So if that is a question, then I can just tell you that firstly, if scientific bodies are again and again coming out and telling all the health experts, general public, that please don't mix up the homemade ferment and don't mix up the people, don't confuse people calling it a probiotic, there has to be a solid reason. But let me just explain it to you with an example. So I recently had a client who has had asthma since a long time, and the person has googled enough, because the person is dealing with asthma since a long time. So the person knew that probiotics can help in asthma, right? The person knew from Google that okay, probiotics can help in asthma, and the person has gone and consulted with few known nutritionists. And every time he was told that okay, have this is a probiotic, right? According to most of the nutritionists and experts, they say okay, this is a probiotic, have this. So the person for the good 6 years has been having dahi, ghar ka dahi, thinking ki oh, it's a probiotic and it's going to do good for my asthma. But every time he took dahi, it inflamed more. Because as a matter of fact, according to Ayurveda, at least, if you're a believer of Ayurveda like me, then you would know that a person who has asthma should not be having curd at all. Right? So if you really put yourself into his shoes, you will understand that how important it is to specify that curd is not a probiotic. The person now has been consulting with me for the last 4 months, feeling much better because I gave him a true probiotic, not dahi, not anything made at home, because everything that is made at home is a mixed cocktail, great for general wellness, but you cannot use it for a specific disease. So for asthma being a specific disease, I cannot even use this because the strain which is used in this probiotic is not for asthma. For asthma, the XYZ, as I mentioned, is completely different. Right? That actually comes in a capsule, not even in the form of dairy. Here I just wanted you to give you a comparative analysis, so I've got specifically dahi, but otherwise the strain which is used to cure or to minimize the intensity of asthma is actually the probiotic which is used actually comes in the form of a capsule, and the person is doing great for the last 4 to 5 months. So that's the whole irony. I mean, the person knew that probiotics is what is needed in his case, but he just didn't know, or he wasn't aware of what a true probiotic is. Right? Therefore, it is very important to differentiate that this is a probiotic, this is not a probiotic. Probiotics are used when you have certain condition. You do not fix what isn't broken. तो आपका ऐसा मन चलता है कि नहीं मैं याकुल्ट ले लेती हूँ because I just saw a nice girl in the TV commercial who is selling it and saying it कि आपके पूरे परिवार को याकुल्ट पीना चाहिए. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. पूरे परिवार को कोई भी एक प्रोबायोटिक नहीं दिया जा सकता, क्योंकि पूरे परिवार को हम एक ही मेडिसिन नहीं देते हैं ना. डू वी गिव पूरे परिवार को डिस्प्रिन कि चलो डिस्प्रिन बहुत अच्छा दवाई है, पूरा परिवार खाओ? No, we don't. So it doesn't work like that. Yakult or any other probiotic, these are true probiotics, and these are great. These are great things to be used almost as medicines in specific conditions. If you don't have those conditions, please don't go venture out and just buy or just do window shopping of probiotics. I love this particular brand because they have been so authentic. If you see, what they have written here is dahi with probiotics. You know what? They haven't claimed this to be a probiotic dahi. So this is a normal dahi. Dahi with probiotics means a normal dahi, a dahi like this, but with the XYZ probiotic, with the lactobacillus acidophilus SD5I12. So it is a dahi, a normal dahi, which they do not claim to be a probiotic, but it has that particular probiotic bacteria added to it. And that is why this product has become a probiotic. You put that probiotic bacteria into a capsule, you put it into a chocolate, you put it into a dahi, you put it into a cosmetic, you can put it into anything. That is just a medium. But the probiotic is actually a bacteria which is characterized, which is known, which is in a specific amount. And in that amount and in that standardization, it has been proved to give a certain health benefit. Right? So I think I tried my level best to clear out this confusion. Actually, this is almost like my 5th or 6th video explaining why dahi, a homemade dahi or even any homemade thing, is not a probiotic, and why you should really understand what exactly is a probiotic. And I really feel that this clears the confusion. There's one question which I can see. Priya Khandelwal is asking, so which capsule would you recommend for someone? I mean, Priya, I don't think you've understood my entire talk, or maybe you joined it midway. I am not recommending any capsule to anybody. I said if you're looking for general wellness, just go for the homemade ferments. Don't go for any probiotic, because a probiotic is particular to a condition. If you come to me and you say to me कि मुझे ये फलाना तकलीफ है और उस तकलीफ का इलाज किसी प्रोबायोटिक के रिसर्च से पता चल चुका है कि ये तकलीफ का इलाज ये प्रोबायोटिक स्ट्रेन के पास है, then I will tell you कि okay, take that capsule. If you're just telling me no, I don't have any problem but I just want to feel well, then you just have the homemade ferments like a dahi, like which is over here. But when we are talking about probiotics, maybe in short I can just say that do not self medicate yourself with probiotics. It is to be taken only through an expert who understands the microbiome, and only when you have a disease, then that expert is going to understand, okay, ये आपको फलाना तकलीफ है, इस तकलीफ का इलाज इस पर्टिकुलर प्रोबायोटिक स्ट्रेन XYZ के पास है, तो हम ये ले सकते हैं. That can come in the form of capsule, it can come in the form of a powder, it can come in the form of a dairy. Why dairy? Because bacteria के लिए dairy becomes a very good medium to survive. So it can come in any form, however. So yeah, I mean, if there are any more questions, then you can post it here once I post this video, and I hope this confusion is sorted and you make a wise decision when it comes to your health and when it comes to, just buying things from the market. Okay, thank you.